Hello there everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to make this polka dot beaded Kumihimo bracelet. And this is what it looks like. So you got your polka dots all the way around, and I'm just working with a black and a white colour to make it stand out and give a nice contrast. You can also choose whatever colours you want to, but this is quite a nice and simple pattern for your beaded Kumihimo. So if you want to learn how to make that, then keep watching. So these are the things that I'm going to be demonstrating with. Now first off, we'll need a round Kumihimo disc here because we're making a round braid, and then the cord that I'm using is a 0.4mm Eslon. It's also known as a Tex 135. It's nice and strong, and I'm just using a black one because the beads that I'm using, the background colour is black, so it blends in the most. And as for the beads, what I'm using here is 6/0 seed beads of 4mm rounds, and I'm just working with the black colour. Like I said, that's the background colour. And then the polka dots are going to be the white ones here, just to give a nice contrast. And then finally, I have my Kumihimo ends, and then my findings, so my clasp extender chain and jump rings. So let's get it all together, and let's get started. So what we need to do first is cut the length of our cords, and what I have here is 4 lengths of 1 meter each. And what we're going to do with these is fold all these over in half. So put all the ends together like this, and then where I have my finger up here is roughly the middle of them. I'm going to tie a regular knot there to hold them together, and also refer to know that this is my middle point. We're going to use this as well to attach to the Kumihimo disc. So this is how we want to set the cords up on the disc. So we have 1 cord on each side of every dot all the way around here, and then my knot down through the center there. So what we need to do now is make a little section of braid first without adding any beads in, just using the cord here. So I'm going to take my top left one, bring it down over the middle, down to the bottom left pair, right down here. Take my bottom right one, bring it up over the middle, and stay on the right side of my top. Turn my disc for the next pair here. Take my top left one, bring it down, stay on the left side. Take my bottom right one, bring it up, and stay on that right side as well. And then turn the disc again. And you want to keep doing this until you have a braid of about 1 to 2 centimeters long. And then once we reach that, we need to start adding in the beads. So I've now made my little section of just braid here. It's coming out of the back of that 1 to 2 centimeters. So we're just going to use that at the end to finish off our braid with. So what we need to do now is start adding on our beads. So I've now added all my beads onto all my lengths of cord here, and as you can see, the setup to achieve this polka dot pattern is really quite simple. So if we look at the top 2 cords first, now I'm due to take my top left one next and bring that down as we start adding in the beads. But what I have is both of these cords are full of just black beads, so the black beads are kind of my background colour. And it's the exact same thing with the ones opposite down here, so the 2 cords on the bottom of the disc. I also just have all my black beads on those. And on all these 4 strands, what I have in total is 36 beads on each. So that's the top and the bottom cords. Now if you look on the sides, you can also see that they're actually the same as each other. If we start on one side here, again I have 1 length, that's the bottom one on my right side. That is also just full of my black beads, so the background colour. And in this one, what I have is 35 beads. And on the other ones, or the top one of the right side, I started out with 1 black bead, and then I've got the rest is white, and then finished off with 1 black bead as well. And this one also totals 36 beads. And on the opposite side of the disc, so on the left side here, you'll find that it's the exact same thing. So in this case, it's the top one on the left side is my all black bead strand there. Again, I have 35 of those. And then on the bottom one, I have my 1 black one, the rest is white, and then finishing off with a black one again. And there's also 36 on that. And it's these white beads that are going to achieve that polka dot pattern. So you really only need to place them on these 2 opposite each other to achieve that effect. So the reason that I've then also added 1 black bead at the beginning and 1 black bead at the end there on both of them, it's just my personal preference really. I like to just have a little bit of a section of my background colour before I start the pattern that I make. So that's what those are for, but you can also just make the whole length white if that's what you want to. Now with the amount of beads that I've used in this case, this will achieve an average bracelet size. Now what you can do is you can obviously, if you want to make something longer like a necklace, you can extend this pattern or you can shorten it as well, depending what size you need your final braid to be. All you're going to do is just continue. So on the black ones here, you'll just keep adding black ones. And the same on the white ones, you'll just want to add more white in the middle there. And just really add however many you need to, or if you need to take them off to make a shorter piece, then that's fine as well. So then this is the setup for this pattern. Now what I'm also going to do is take a picture of this and then put it on my website. So if you want to have a bit more of a closer look on the picture there, so you can see all the individual beads, then you can just go and have a look there. I'll put a link to that in the description box below. But otherwise, what we need to do now is start adding the beads into the braid. So all you want to do with that is then pick up your disc here and then let all your beads drop down. This is also where you can use some bobbins if you want to. And then we basically just need to continue with the same braid that we were making, except every time we bring over a cord over the middle there, we just need to drop down and add in one bead. So like I said, my next one here is my top left one. That's the way that I work. As I'm releasing the cord, I'm just dropping down one bead, letting it drop all the way down into the middle there, and tucking it in. Make sure that your bead goes underneath the cords in the middle. Bring that over, because then your bead kind of gets trapped in there. Now we need to take the other one up from the bottom. So as I'm releasing my cord, you want to just release one bead, let it drop all the way down into the middle. And if it doesn't fall into place by itself, which it does sometimes, you just want to tuck it in with your fingers and bring up the cord, and it kind of gets trapped in place. So just like that. So now what we need to do is move to the next pair. So we're working just like a regular 8-strand braid there as we did without the beads. We're just making sure to add in a bead every time we cross over a cord. So we continue with the next one. In my case, my top left one on this pair. Let one bead drop down as you release your cord. You see there my bead just fell into place by itself. That's fine. You just want to make sure you double check as you go. And then take the bottom ones. Release one bead. Let it drop down into the middle. And then place your cord back in. And you just want to continue doing this. And then your beads are going to build there in the middle where you're forming your braid. And then as you've done a little bit, you'll be able to see on the back, as it starts to come out, you'll be able to see a pattern there. I also have a video that shows in detail how to do Beaded Kumihimo if you're not too familiar. So I'll put a link to that in the description box below. That might be helpful. Otherwise you just want to keep building this, adding your beads into your braid. And you've already set up your beads how you want your pattern to be, so that's going to form naturally. So just keep doing this until you used up all your beads. So now that I've finished adding in all my beads here, we have the braid coming out on the back, and this is the look that you get, so all your polka dots. So what we need to do now is just continue making a little bit more of the braid. So make a small section here, just like we did in the beginning, of just the braid with the cord. So you just want to continue the exact same way, just without adding in any more beads. And then your cords will naturally cinch in here. So just do this for a little bit until you have enough so we can finish off the braid. So now that I have that little section of just the braid at the end there, what I'm going to do is to secure the end in place so that we can safely take this braid off the board without the braid coming undone. So what I'm just going to do is the pair that I've just worked with are these two. So I'm going to take the pair that I haven't worked with and just take cords straight opposite each other. Take them over the middle, tie a regular overhand knot, and then tighten it down so it sits right at the end of the braid there. Take the other two from the same pair, do the same thing. Tighten that nicely. And then I'm going to work my way around to the other ones and do the same thing with them. So this is just securing the end, like I said, and it also gives a nice and neat finish rather than taking all the cords and tying a pretty bulky knot with them. So just tying off all the cords just like this. Then once we've done that, we can securely take it off the board here. And then here we have our braid. So this is what it looks like. So you get your polka dots there, and obviously I just chose a black and a white to give it a nice contrast. So all we need to do now is finish off the ends here. And I already have a video that shows how to finish off Kumihimo braids. So I'm going to put a link to that in the description box below, and then you can go and have a look at that. So I've now attached my Kumihimo ends on both ends. and also my clasp and extended chain, so it looks like that. And then now we have the finished bracelet. So this is what the polka dot pattern looks like. Gives a really nice effect, and it could be really cool as well to do in different colours. So every dot there, you can make them different colours if you want to. So this is how you make this. Pretty simple pattern for the Beaded Kumihimo design. So I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and thank you very much for watching. Hello there everyone. Today I want to show you how to make this flower beaded Kumihimo bracelet. That looks like this. So you have your basic beaded Kumihimo braid, and then just a pattern of flowers in there. And I've just chosen to make my flowers different colours. But you can also choose whatever colours you want to work with. So if you want to learn how to make this, then keep watching. So these are the things that we're going to need. Now first off here I've got my round Kumihimo disc because we're making a round braid. And then as for the